Do you use? No. Very few people use, but actually it's a very good technique. Very good technique. Okay, I try to explain a bit. Critical path is the longest path in time. Right? Through the network diagram that determines the shortest time in which the project can be completed. This is the right definition. So longest path with the shortest time to complete. And also the other simple definition is it is the path with zero float. You see, zero float. Yeah, zero float. So for example, a very quick one, where is the longest path here? Is it ACD or ACE or PE? ACD is the longest.
F is 22 and 20.
And 20 and 10,
Yeah, 20 and 10.
And E.
It's 20, 19, 20 and 13.
20 and 8.
No, 8.
Correct, 0, 0, 1, 1, 5, 5, and 10. Alright, now you know the critical path. Then you know why they call it critical. What's so critical about critical?
It's very rigid.
So the critical must be finished. Must finish, then you can finish the project. What about the non-critical? Don't have to finish.
They have some idle time they can allow.
That's right. They also must finish. They are also important. Not to say they are not important. Right? The one with like this one got idling time.
Yeah.
That means can relax a bit.
Yeah.
This one can relax a bit. Yeah.
Play with.
So but the critical one no idling time. Cannot idle. Cannot relax. Cannot relax. To me, I say cannot shake leg. Cannot shake leg. So cannot do this exercise of course. So you want to do the exercise later. Do the exercise later. I think it's a good exercise. You want to do exercise or don't do exercise? Tell me. Do for lunch because I have not finished the processes. So now you do compression. Compression technique. Compress. You must compress, make it shorter, faster. So you need technique like crashing and fast track. So forecast the future if you can come up with the information. A lot of projects because the delay they have to forecast a new date. Not too often, but a new date must come up. So change request come out, then you update the information. These are all updated. And also yesterday I covered a bit of HR. So I will not cover much of the HR, right? So we should cover a bit already yesterday. Then the last one is stakeholder and procurement. Only 4 left, right? 4 modules after the lunch. Then I talk about certification, right? So go for lunch. Normally because we are short of time, so I need to do a bit of compression. PV and AC. PV stands for plan value, and this is the equivalent of your baseline plan value. And EV is your earned value. Earned value is the value of work that you have done. This is budgeted cost of work schedule. Budgeted cost work schedule. Okay. Then this one is budgeted cost work performed. P is performed. That means achieve what we have done. Last one is actual cost variance, and then the CPI. And the formula all there, right? And then now simply say now variance, the schedule variance depend on the difference between the. Are you doing well or not doing well? Why? More than? Yeah, that means over budget, right?
Yeah.
Very straightforward. Then what about are you behind schedule or ahead of schedule? Estimate completion. There are few formula, right? There are few formula depending on the condition. Right? CPI is the cost performance indicator. Then you divide them. The BAC stands for budget. It will estimate how much it will cost at the end. Okay, we have the overview. So we need to define what quality is. Let's look at the quality a bit more detailed. Now you look at Deming cycle. Plan, do, check, act. Especially in the school. In the school, try to teach them also, the young children. Young children.
Act is also
Sorry?
act.
Act means do, yeah. Do. Act means implement. Implement it. This is similar to your project management life cycle. Project management life cycle, got the initiation. Things cannot happen overnight. If you want to introduce quality objective, it's not easy for many companies. Many companies is a lot of mindset. They must change the mindset. To change a mindset, easy or not easy? Very hard mindset. So you have to do it little bit by little bit. Little bit by little bit. I remember last time our company, because we are actually a government body. Then we privatize. Then become a private body. Private company. So for the people working in the government, their mentality very different from the private. So how to change them? Can you change them overnight? Impossible. So it takes many years. Yeah, many years. We have to be continuous process improvement. But some CEO different, they cannot wait. Some CEO, they take over the company. If you cannot change, what can the CEO do?
Step on the highway.
Sack them, right? Sack them. That's the fastest way. He have no time. He have to sack all the people. The mindset cannot change. Sack them. Toyota is one of the first to use JIT. So just in time. Everything you do because it save cost. Save cost on your storage, especially. So try to apply just in time. JIT. Right? Don't apply JIC. JIC stand for just in case. Just in case. So a lot of time we do just in case only. Just in case this happen, then I do. Right? That is not very good. 50,000 ringgit. BMW 500,000 ringgit. They have different specs, different specification. Right? But Proton can't meet the $50,000 specification. Okay. Right? Meet the spec. Number two. It must be, what they call it, must be fit for use. It must be fit for use. They say in Cambodia, I see a lot of potholes. The road. I travel, a lot of potholes. A lot of potholes on the road. So your car must be fit for that kind of condition. Number three, must be customer satisfaction. Like you say, must be customer satisfaction. Meeting a stakeholder. Expectation, not exceeding them. Conformance to requirements. Right? One of them is, if I remember, is your Rolls Royce. For the price a bit too high, but okay for passenger. Let's say for passenger car, maybe. So okay, you have design of experiment. That means you carry out experiment to work out whether it works or don't work. And then statistical sampling. This for manufacturing, very important. Statistical sampling, additional quality planning tools and meetings. So the output have to be the plan. Then come up with an improvement plan. If you want to improve the process, a lot of process need to be improved, right? This is also important. Come up with a plan. Now, quality metrics. What is metrics? Metrics. Metrics is the metrics are units of measurement. Units of measurement. So your usual quality metrics will be in terms of failure rate. What is the failure rate? Yeah. What is the defect rate? These are all quality metrics. You need to come up with those metrics. Now, if you build a condominium, right? If people buy condo, I buy your condo. If I complain about your condo every day, good or bad? Bad, right? Quality very bad. So you should come up with quality metrics like condo, no more than 3 complaints per customer per year. Good? Good, a lot of developers doing that now. Because when I buy a new house, I sure complain one. Buy a new house, a lot of defect. The quality very poor. So the good developer, because of competition, they come up with good quality objective. If they can tell me, no, you also know. Okay, maybe we should introduce a quality training program. Very useful, because now you look at all these two very useful tools. Cause and effect diagram, flow chart, check sheets and Pareto diagram, histogram, control chart. All these are very important tools to help you to improve quality. So what is cause? Let me quickly show you what is all these things. This is cause and effect. This is called a fishbone diagram. Fishbone, this is a fishbone. This is a head. what caused the defect, then you work out. Then this is also called root cause analysis. Find out the root of the cause. Yeah? Cause and effect. It's a very useful tool. And control check, I'm sure in the manufacturing, some of you doing manufacturing, they use control check. Yeah? Come up with a control check. You know whether your product has got any manufacturing error, defect or what. Okay, come up with a plan. The plan, quality plan in the first process. These are what's inside the plan. This will show you what you should do in the plan. So usually, as I mentioned, a plan is an approach. How you approach your quality planning management. Yeah. Then the next one is your quality policy. Now, do you have a quality policy for your company? Let's say what company is yours? Construction. Design, consultant.
Consultant.
Okay, consultant. But do you have a quality policy for your consultant? Don't have. And anybody else? Do you look at your company? Look for whether any got quality policy. Some company, yes, they come up with very clear guideline on quality policy. Policy will be things like, as I mentioned just now, right? Especially housing developer. Assure means what? The assure. What is the purpose of assurance? Here, assurance means what? Assurance. Auditor will come and check to assure that you follow the standard. So the purpose is audit. The audit. Audit the what about the multinational company? They follow multinational company. Because when you manufacture anything, products, because here is low cost. Manufacturer here very low cost, no doubt. But then when you produce a quality, people want to know your product follow any standard. Yeah. Impactful? Yeah, they can cancel the project and make your life miserable. Some of them make your life very miserable. I got CEO who every time you say, oh, why delay, and then he starts scolding people. Every time, so when you go to the office, so when you go in the office, I don't know how many of you have got this sort of feeling. You go to see the CEO, right? And then you walk. Then in the what you call corridor of power, then you see a boss coming that way, boss coming that way. So how many of you want to turn back like that? You don't do that. So I see a boss, I don't like one, I turn back. Oh?
Mistake.
Yeah. So sometimes the boss behave, you don't like to approach them. So a boss must be a good boss, approachable, must be approachable. So the influence and the impact very important. Manage them closely, that means they're approachable, you can talk to them. Any problem, talk to them, they can discuss with you, give you ideas. This is a good boss. The others will be keep informed if they are high impact, low influence, also high. And then if they are high influence, medium impact or low impact, then you keep them satisfied enough. And the third one is just monitor only. Monitor. So these are some strategy, up to you. You come up with your own strategy, depending on the this stakeholder. But before that, I think you all know how do you define stakeholder. Stakeholder is not the same as shareholder. A shareholder is different, no? Shareholder, is it a stakeholder? Yes. Can a stakeholder be a shareholder? No, usually not. So they're different. So you have now then you fill up the form, like the register, fill up the name of the stakeholder, the role they play, the impact, the influence, what are their needs, what are their responsibility. This is very detailed, very detailed information about stakeholder. Now I have a feeling this register, the police also keep a register on those troublemakers. No, the special branch, the CIA, they keep this sort of information on those stakeholder. Especially when you want to dealing with CIA, they always keep a group of people, troublemakers. In this way, same thing. They keep all this what the role they play, You know, those people who protest in the streets, they keep a copy profile of these people. Why not? They use this also.
Blacklist.
But the project, also you do the same thing. But project is different from police, of course. Number 2, plan stakeholder management process. Then you come up with a plan. After you identify, then you come up with a plan. The plan is called stakeholder management plan. Now this one a bit different of other knowledge area. They come up with a plan first. But here they identify first, then come up with a plan. So then you have expert judgment for your tools, meetings, a lot of meetings again. Talk with the stakeholder, go and see them, visit them. Why not? In fact, the first thing when you get a project charter from your boss, I think the first thing you should see, pay a visit to the owner. Meet him first. At least say hello to him, right? Hello, CEO, the owner, the one who pay. Go and say hello, things like that. Find out actually what is his role, get his commitment, get his support. You need the support of the CEO. Go and see him. Get the support first. Because with his support, then your project easier with his support. Anything wrong, he will support you also. He will at least talk to you and all that. So okay, you have the plan and analytical techniques again. Same thing, what you do. Alright, the planning is to come up with a plan of action, what you want to do. And usually, also the tools and technique here shown is the engagement matrix. Engagement matrix. Now the matrix will help you. Here's a simple matrix will help you. Engagement matrix. For example, if Fred Jackson, one of the stakeholder, right? Now his situation now is C. C means what? Currently, he is not aware of what you're doing. A lot of people don't know what is happening in the project. Right? So what is your action you want to take? The desired action will be engagement level. What you want to achieve is to go into supportive. It means from unaware you want to achieve supportive. So how you win his support? That is something you want to engage him. Right? Engage him means get engaged with him to win his support. But when you do the next process, where you actually do the next process to engage, how you engage, right? How you come up with how you manage the engagement. So this matrix will show you what level they are in now, the current level, C, and also what you desired level. That means the future you want them to get the support. Right? So like here, resistant. This guy, George, resistant. The thing resistant means whatever you say, you ask him, he will say no. He's a Mr. No, Dr. No. We call him Dr. No. Anything you ask, no. So such people are got. A lot of people say no one,
Quite stubborn.
very stubborn. He said, can you help me in this? I don't know what you want. Can you help me? He said, no, you're supposed to do. What? Not easy. So you need to gain his support. Then you come up with strategy, right? What strategy you want to take? So the others will be, of course, then you come up with this engagement matrix. Come up with the matrix first in the plan. So in the plan, you have in the plan you must include stakeholder communication requirements. That means communication, what sort of communication needs they want. CEO, what sort of communication requirements they want. CEO, maybe they only want a status report once a month, for example. You need to send a status report to him once a month. Make sure the status report you send to CEO is how many pages? 1 page, yeah. 1 page. Don't send him many pages. No, the CEO no time to read your report. 1 page. So try to use the report I showed you just now. The EVA report, the earn management report. 1 page only. That one. The CPI, SPI. Send it to him. Yeah. Of course, then you add in at the bottom line also very important. Bottom line, whether what he wants to know overall, are you doing well or not doing well? Only that's why you want to know. Overall, doing well or not doing well. That is his communication requirement. So satisfy him. Then he'll be happy. Huh? So you go and send some other report, so much detail, he doesn't like, he become unhappy. Right? That's not the whole idea. Then you cannot get engaged with him. You cannot engage with him. When you cannot engage with the CEO, you know what is happening? That means you want to go and see him, then you say, go and see my secretary first. But some CEO very good. You want to see me? You get a phone call, straight away you can go and see him. For such CEO, God, because your engagement level very good. Right? So information to be communicated, what information you want to send out. Interrelationship among stakeholders, yeah, a lot of relationship. So relationship very important. And of course, yesterday I talked about EQ. EQ very important. Your emotional quotient. Must be good emotional quotient to get engaged, have good relationship with the stakeholder. Expected impact of engagement, and what is the impact of the engagement? If you go and see a CEO, normally you ask for approval of certain things, right? The CEO, you say okay, then also inform him of the major changes. That is a big impact. Let him know. I think the CEO usually bosses don't get angry easily. Now, even if you tell the bosses about delay, he will not also get angry easily, unless you tell him last minute. True or not? Last minute. A lot of project managers make a mistake. Go and tell the boss, oh sorry the day was just one day before handover. Then you go and tell the boss, sorry boss, cannot cut over, delay 1 month. Sure lah. The CEO, the boss will sure jump, right? So, so the idea is you must engage your boss or the CEO continuously. Every time, tell him know the progress, what's happening. Then he won't get angry like that. Okay, these are in fact you consider desired and current levels of engagement. Hopefully, he'll give you all the support. So these are number 3, manage stakeholder. How you manage them? You use communication methods, right? Communication method. The communication methods can be in the form of this, whether it is informal writing, is it in writing, or is it formal writing or informal writing, or is it verbal? These are communication methods. Now, of course, the interpersonal skill, I talked a lot yesterday already, right? Interpersonal skill. You have to use your good interpersonal skills to manage stakeholders. Not easy. How many stakeholders are there? So many types of stakeholder, right? Stakeholder can be from CEO, very high level, to very, very low level. So you must be very good EQ to manage them. Can you use the same emotion for the, let's say, the contractor and talk to the CEO the same way? No way, you better be careful. So these are what I call interpersonal skills, very important. So management skill also important. Try to get some of the learn the management skill in the some of this management skill that involve things like finance skill and marketing, HR skill or whatever. So at the end, the output will be the issue log. I think you use the issue log. Try to keep it throughout the whole project life cycle, and change request, update the information, update. The whole idea is want them to participate. Now, participate means get the user, the customer, especially the information management system, computer system, and using the issue log as an input, then you can control. So any issue, please discuss 7 processes, and I covered 5 processes. Excuse me if you are I'm going too fast, because of the time limitation. But I will urge you to read more. So can I proceed with the certification now? You can ask the question later. Certification. How many of you interested to become PMP, certified PMP? If you want to certify, I tell you how to certify. Because the steps are important. Nowadays, I think now the whole world is becoming very globalized. Now, because of globalization, the investor coming in, multinational companies coming in to invest, and usually they want professional. Or MBA, okay. Study what? MBA, finance. Oh, maybe not. But you study MBA, project management. But you need to be certified and tell the whole world. Why not project manager must be certified, right? So go through the certification, right? And if you can go through PMP title. Confirmation of certain project capabilities. That means you have some capability, skills, and best practices. Right? These are what practices. Best practices are actually standard, benchmark standard in project management. I've shown you there are many standards in which study all the others, compare and see which is better. Right? Which is better? Because I'm a PMP one. People to me is a bad, but actually that means you have a standard of knowledge, professional experience, and exam. And forget it. No exam. No, don't like exam. So alright, internationally recognized, this is international and highly regarded. It must be hit properly. No corruption. 60 PDU points. Right? I tell you, everybody recognized. Even China, they have a lot of PMP now. Japan also, professor also talk about PMP. Box standard to develop their methodology. You know, it's good because French in other words. By the way, there's no written documentation. There's no ISO for you to study PMP because it's not cheap to get a PMP. So I ask them to sponsor you. I will develop the ISO 9000. Because it's good for the company, but you must convince the top boss. I'll just give you some numbers, 6 million of the 20 million for skilled project manager, very critical. Construction, resources, manufacturing, aerospace, that means any industry also, they use the PMP now. You go for category 2. If you have university, then use this way. Think so?
Yes.
That means you must have minimum 3 years experience. Quite easily. One day, how many hours? 5 contact hours of PM instruction. Usually when you go for training, they give you the contact hours. That means the professional development unit, right? You need these points to some 35 hours. Then okay, you're qualified for that. Yeah? PMP. Just a very quick how your the time. Look into all this application. Then they give you 5 days to consider. They reply to you. They will process money. Risk, leadership, 7 habits of Stephen Covey. PMP is not for speaker alone. PMP is to use it. Use it in your project management. Yeah, not just speaking.
Yeah, but all those have to, in Cambodia, there are a lot of people that don't like to speak. This is the problem, yes.
Okay, continue.
Then in this case, how he can be a good PM?
How to be a good PM?
Yes.
If people don't speak.
Yes.
Oh. But some of them, they accept what I tell them. They don't respond. It's okay. Then I know they're following what I tell them.
A good PM first, he must be a good communicator.
Sure.
Yes. To communicate, you need to speak. But some people don't like to speak.
Yes.
This is the problem. Right?
So your challenge is a communication part. As a project manager, get the people speak to you. Okay, you need to engage the stakeholder. Engagement process. That's right. He likes you. I'm sure he likes certain parts of you, right? He talk to you. Your emotional level can communicate same level. You sometimes maybe you are different level. That guy different level. God, you say I'm the best. I'm the like God. So when it's like God, very hard to speak to God. So very unapproachable. And I think the CEO must bring himself down to almost the same level, then we can talk. So sometimes it's yesterday I talked about EQ. The first EQ is self-awareness. Remember? Self-awareness means what is your aware of your own self. Aware of yourself. Then you can communicate. That's the first step. Self-aware. Be aware of what you're good, what you're weak, what emotional you have. Then be aware. Then you tune yourself to the level sometimes. If they speak the wrong thing, then I will penalize them. They always have that fear. The boss will penalize them. That is the environment. That could be some of the cultural problem or what. But to me, I say, you are talking nonsense. How can you communicate like that? I have bosses like that. You are talking nonsense. You knock the brake, sometimes you knock the wall. Oh, painful lah. Painful, you learn the lessons, right? Then that's how people learn. Learn from mistake and so on and so forth. So I call it University of Hard Knocks. Sometimes you learn through the hard way. But of course, in my working life, I got good bosses, bad bosses, all sorts of bosses, you know. And sometimes we also must be aware of ourselves. Do we behave properly to the boss? Do you actually be aware of what your reaction to your boss? Some of your reaction maybe make your boss even more angry. I don't know. So you must be aware of yourself, your weakness. Yeah, let's say sometimes unless some bosses, when I see their face,